Mate, you won't believe what's happened.
No, go on.
Well, you might actually. You might have seen. You know Will Smith?
I've heard of Will Smith, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen what's happened recently?
No, isn't he currently touring the UK?
Yeah, so he started his UK tour in Scarborough. Is that how you say it, Scarborough?
Mm-hmm.
At the start of August. And his team put a video on his official YouTube page called "My Favourite Part of the Tour is Seeing You All Up Close." But people have noticed that the crowd in the video that he's performing to looks AI generated.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does that mean then if someone was to do that? We're living in this world where anything can be created now.
Well, that's the theory. Like, no one knows why they bothered to do this. Does it mean that he hasn't been getting the crowds?
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean... Because I can't imagine that, because he's quite a well-known guy, right? I've heard he's done a lot of things. But does it mean that they haven't been getting the right crowds? Does it mean that they wanted to spark some controversy? Because I hadn't heard about his tour until I saw this AI scandal thing. Or is it that his cameraman forgot to film the audience and they're trying to make up for it with AI?
See, I think that's the simple answer.
Probably.
They didn't get the footage, and so they're making up for it by using AI, which is a cheap excuse.
Yeah.
I do feel like the entertainment industry has always been in this space of attention grabbing.
Yeah.
Now, like you say, you hadn't actually heard of this tour for Will Smith until this scandal, because it is being presented as a scandal.
Yeah, so there's a big argument that
it's
worked.
creating a conversation.
Yeah.
So until that moment, you didn't know about it, but now you do. Now you might buy a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's hard for me to get into concerts. Like, they want ID and passports and all that. And I've heard you don't really need a passport, and it's all a big palaver.
Yeah, well,
anyway,
let's not get into that too much the whole IS thing that's going on.
No.
We don't want to cause any controversy here.
No, and a lot of people are being hurt by it, so I don't want to comment. But with AI, right, like you said, to play devil's advocate, has it served its purpose? Because I don't know how to feel about AI. I know that a lot of good can come from it, but also, I personally feel like I've been lied to.
And we don't like that, do we? We don't like the being lied to.
And I feel like they've tried to deliver a false narrative to me. And also, not gonna lie, when you zoom in, at first glance it looks fine, but when you zoom in, it's a bit creepy.
Yes,
The people are a little bit...
Well, AI isn't quite there yet, where we're at this moment that we can tell the difference if we look hard enough.
Yeah.
But within the next 6 months to a year, that's going to be taken away from us, isn't it?
Yeah. And then it's going to get even scarier, I think. Even harder to notice the difference. And my thoughts on that are, how do we know? I'm not saying that AI is bad. I'm sure that a lot of good comes from it. But how do we know what's being delivered to us? Like, for all you guys know, I could be AI.
Well, here's the thing, Jake. Do we know that anything that's been delivered to us in the past before AI was the truth? How did we recognise it then?
Yeah, and there's all that thing about, like, the controversy of the moon landing. Like, was that real? Things have always been faked. So has anything really changed? Or is it just that it's got, more convincing?
More convincing, and also we're more aware.
Yeah.
I think now we're in a space of social media. We're in a space of... We've talked previously about connections in the world have become tighter. Through that, we talk to each other more and we discover more. And I think spaces like podcasting has become popular because you can't do anything but be truthful in a space like this, especially when you leave these things unedited and uncut. You leave a space for truth to come through.
Truthful conversations, having meaningful conversations, because that's how the human language was created, through having conversations and chatting and having connections with people. But yeah, I just think it's interesting because, like, when you look at, I know that it can be a really good shortcut. So let's say AI for a small business could be a really good starting point, because they might not have the money to get a good logo made and things like that. So AI could probably help them take a step up.
I see it as a really wonderful tool that we can use.
Can be, yeah. But on the flip side, people like companies that do have the money to pay an artist to create a logo would probably take the cheap route and use AI, and then that artist is out of work. So what's the boundary? What's the line? Like, who can use AI and who can't? And when does it become a problem?
Well, I think the line belongs to the audience. I think us as the consumers will choose where that line is. Because if we buy the AI content that is free and cheap to use, then we're going to be given more of it. That's just human nature, and that's just how business is. But if as consumers we go, no, we want to recognise the artist, we want to recognise the person, then I think we're living in an age that could be quite special.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, like, AI, it's been created now, so it's not going anywhere. But this world kind of works on a consumerism basis.
Yes.
Like, the product will have more money put into it and, have more importance put on it if we, the people, indulge in it. So you're saying that we as the people do have a chance to decide what we want and what we're okay with.
Yeah, and especially at moments like this where we can tell the difference.
Yeah.
So when we see a fake advert delivered to us, there is one actually currently being shown on TV by a gambling company.
Oh, really?
That is 100% created by AI. The imagery is all AI. The voiceover is AI. Everything creative about the advert that is on mainstream TV is AI generated. So if consumers continue to use that company, then they're going to continue
doing it,
to do that, to not pay creative people for contributing to their work.
It's interesting as well, because, like, you'd think a gambling company would have buckets of money.
Oh, they do, yeah. The house always wins.
Yeah, so... Oh, that's giving it away. Giving it away. But yeah, when you think about it, for an advert like that, I mean, I'm just learning about this industry, but they'd have to hire a film crew, a writer, a director, the actors, the voiceover artist, the editor, for that commercial, right? So and that's a few people.
It's a few people, but I think it's also really important to understand that you pinpointed a few individuals there.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a handful of people, but the entertainments and creative industries in this country contributes. It's something like 30% to our economy.
Yeah.
So it's a huge portion of the wealth and money that moves around is through the creative industries.
Yeah.
And it's facing a moment of potential failure.
Yeah.
And so what does that look like to the rest of us? That some of us that aren't creative, what does that look like to the doctors, the nurses, the people going about their day-to-day jobs?
Yeah.
What does that look like to them if that part of the economy, that part of the country is torn away?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen from the other side that the artists feel very strongly about this, I think rightly so, that they're worried that this will impact their work. And so a lot of them went on strike last year, like the writers' strike and the actors' strike with SAG-AFTRA. But when we're talking about the consumers, the people that maybe work a 9-to-5, that aren't in the creative industry, I think we don't give them enough credit. They know when a story isn't authentic. I think they can tell when a book or a film or whatever has been made with AI or written with AI, because it might be all right, but it lacks the heart. It lacks the human experience. And I think as time goes on, we'll see a bigger surge for the want of authentic creation. I think we don't give them enough credit for wanting that, because you talk about like bubblegum movies and bubblegum theatre, and they're fun and enjoyable, but it can only get you so far. People search for art for that human experience, I think.
Yes,
and I don't think AI will be able to replicate that. Maybe one day it will, I don't know, but I think in the meantime people will start to crave that.
Well, the way that AI works is it looks backwards.
Yeah.
Whereas us as humans, we have a perspective.
Forwards.
We have a perspective of now, and we're always moving forwards.
Oh, mate, I love that.
So AI can never give a perspective that we empathise with and understand.
Yeah.
Because we live in a different space. And so if we want our films, our books, our television, our music to be a regurgitation of the past, AI will do that.
Yeah.
But if we want something fresh and new and now, humans are the only ones that can give that.
Yeah. Can you say that again, what you just said?
Oh, Jake, now that is a challenge for me.
No. Just the bit about AI looks to the past and looks backwards, but humans look forwards, and that's the difference.
And that's why I'm not scared of AI. That's why I'm not fearful of us being replaced, because AI has its place and does a job, and I look forward to how that can help us. But humans also have something very special.
Agreed. I think we just, in this time, like you said earlier, we as people need to, what is it they call it? Vote with your feet. So if you feel strongly about it, say so and act upon that. Consume the things that you want to consume, and hopefully that will help AI to find its place amongst people rather than taking over.
Yeah. And like I say, I don't feel the need for. I know someone that petitions strongly against AI and all use of it. Now, I think that would be a non-starter for me. I feel like humans, we progress, we create, and this is something we're creating.
Yeah.
This is something that we're moulding. That it's within software that we use. So Photoshop.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we call it Photoshop anymore.
I don't know.
But software for creating photos has an AI algorithm within that now.
Yeah.
And so that can help you adjust your photos for clarity and perhaps be a little bit more creative with your imagery.
Yeah. Maybe it'll introduce people to photography and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're right in that, however everyone feels about it, it's here now. It's been created, it's here now. So rather than trying to squash it, which I don't think is going to happen realistically, instead of trying to squash it, how do we work alongside it? How do we find its place in our world?
And I think that's what we're doing here, hopefully, Jake, by having these conversations. I think we're creating a moment of consideration and reflection. And realising our value as humans.
Love it.
Love it, Jake. Always love talking to you.
Love it.
And I hope to. When can we get another taste of these episodes? When are we delivering these episodes?
So, if you want to see the full thing, you can find it on the Pay-Tree. On. That's the one. Apparently, if you break it up, it's easier. So you can find all of our episodes and all of our chats over on Patreon. Oh, God, I just said it. You'll have to bleep it. You can find them all over there. But you can find the little snippets on all the different socials.
Thanks again, Jake. And if anyone has been watching or listening, we appreciate you for joining us for this conversation.
We do. I promise I'm not AI.
Me too. I'm real as well.
We actually took the time to sit here.
We took the time to sit here. We took the time to have this conversation. There was even a little bit of prep involved.
There was.
Would you believe it or not?
Work.
Thanks again, Jake.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.